Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to come down here and talk about the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. You know what? I'm going to give it to Carlos King and the cast. Bell Collective was a good reunion, and Love and Marriage Huntsville was a good reunion. But like I said, girl, they had 55 episodes, so it better be good. Hello? Girl, I feel like everybody clocked in on um this reunion, especially Melody. You know, Melody, the last year, Miss Thing was very much mute. She was given very much, girl, I'm right, you wrong. I mean, you right, I'm wrong, Nene Leaks. You know, Nene Leaks, she used to come to the reunion and just sit there and not say nothing and just want to be cute and think she's supposed to, girl, be the highest paid. That's what Melody was giving me last year. I feel like Carlos did have, I think he said this. I think he said this. I think he had a conversation with the people and said, "Girl, we gonna have y'all can't come to the reunion this year and basically not give nothing." Melody, I'm gonna need you to open up your mouth, and I think you're gonna be cute. I think that's probably why Tisha came in on 1,000 too, based off the fact she watched the show, and they love social media. Girl, I think that was part of the reason why Tisha came in on 1,000. Anyways, nonetheless, I thought it was a great reunion. Kimmy was kind of quiet. Kimmy was a little quiet. Um, Kimmy was a little quiet. Kimmy was a little quiet towards I felt like this episode, this part 3 and part 2. I think she was just trying to make sure that she didn't say nothing too out of line, but nobody wouldn't get on her because, girl, we know you got a mess going on your side of town. Hello. So I think Kimmy played it safe and smart. But I'm not gonna say nothing to get nobody riled up because, girl, she did it the smart way. Because quiet as it's kept, anybody could have really wore Maurice and Kimmy out. Okay. But Kimmy said, "Girl, let me just dip in and dip out." But for the most part, I'm just gonna sit here and be cute. All right, y'all. Let's get into the reunion. Girl, are these my notes? Melody and Betty going back and forth, and Betty started talking about, "You're not my daughter." Did she say something about "You're not my mama"? I could have swore that lady said, "You're not my mother. You're not my mama. You're not my daughter." So I said, "Oh, Miss Betty, you too over there." Baby, when Melody said, "You call your daughters bitchs," why would I want to be your daughter? Baby, when Melody told that lady, "Girl, it can be whatever you want it to be, up, stuck on the floor." Oh! Baby, Melody told that lady, "Girl, it can be whatever you want it to be." Girl, I'm grown. I'm telling y'all, I know this is the thing. We have all been taught the same thing. When it comes to your elders, you're supposed to just be quiet and not say nothing. I'm sorry. I have been telling y'all for years that those days are long and gone, or at least they should be. You don't get to talk to me crazy just because you happen to be older than me. Because, girl, I'm grown. In case you didn't know, I'm going to remind you today. All that, oh, you can disrespect me and open up your mouth and say what you want to say to me, and I have to take it out of, oh, you just being an elder? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm not mad at none of the girls for getting with the girls. And quiet as it's kept, the only reason why Melody even had the respect that she had for Wanda and probably for Betty at one point, I guess, is because out of respect for the friendship she had with Stormi and Tisha. The friendship is no longer there, so I can give it to your mama. Hello? Anyways, some people were like I said, I don't keep up with Love and Marriage Huntsville like that outside of the show. When Ariane and Martel hit the blogs, we'll talk about it, something like that. But to keep up with the day-to-day of Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, no. So some people were basically saying that Melody didn't owe Stormi anything because I guess at the time when I guess the doxing and all that mess was happening, um, they were not friends, right? I think that multiple things can be true. That could be true. that if they were not friends, Melody don't owe Stormi nothing. But it also can be true that Melody, girl, you knew what was going on, but you're trying to act like you didn't. Instead of just saying, girl, we wasn't cool at the time. I didn't care about you. I think that just would have wrapped it up and just left, and that could have been the end of it. But Melody, Melody loves to sit there and act like she don't know what's going on. And Melody will lie. We still remember Melody, you getting down to the reunion talking about you don't know what was in your throat. Y'all don't remember Melody saying that? She don't remember she gave somebody a head or not. I said, girl. Anyways, Junior, her cousin, he basically said, and I can see it. It happened to me. I did it one time to someone when I was in my 20s, working for someone, and because of we had a close relationship, I started to take advantage of the relationship. I was young, you know what I'm saying? Like early 20s. And so Junior basically admitted the same thing, that he can admit that because Stormi was his cousin, he started to take advantage of just Stormi being his cousin and her being the boss. But he said he got hired back, but then he quit. I guess because I guess he just didn't want to I guess he just didn't want to like do the whole, let me just grow up and just let us just be cousins. Right. And so now he's a manager at a restaurant. So shout out to him. Um, Carlos starts to ask Betty why about her and her sister. I'm not gonna lie, girl. When Betty when Betty asked Carlos, "Did you watch the show?" Oh, baby, when Miss Thing asked Carlos, "Did you watch the show?" You sitting here asking me all these questions about my sister like you ain't watched the show. Girl, that was funny. Um, so the Fletchers come out. Neil looks Nail, was it Nail? Nail or Neil? I can't remember that lady's name. Either it's Nail or Neil. She looked nice. I thought everything about her was together. Her hair was together, her makeup was together, her dress was together. Um I mean, long story short, they thought they were going to be a part of. See, I think I initially thought that Nell was upset at Tisha because she didn't receive an invite. But I but I think what it is, and some of y'all told me this in the comment section, I think what it is now, based off of what y'all said and based off of the reunion, is I think that Nell thought that they were supposed to receive an invite to speak on the panel, and they didn't. And so, she felt slighted because her whole thing is like, girl, I guess we're this power couple of Huntsville. We have businesses. So why would we not be invited to speak on the panel? But we know what it is, girl. The panel was really supposed to be just about the main cast members. Full stop. Okay. That's all it really came down to. Nell and Chris, you were not a main cast member. They invited Stormi because, girl, Stormi was a main cast member. That's why they got invited. That's why you didn't. Girl, hello. Um, Marceau. Marceau basically says that Chris is misogynistic, I guess because he only talked about his businesses and not his wife. Girl, we're not gonna play that game with Marceau today. Girl. Chris might be misogynistic. I ain't really see, girl. All I'm gonna say is this, girl. We're not having this. Marceau is the last person, girl. Marceau, stop. Um, Nell and Chris in the cheatation. Listen, I'm gonna give Nell and Chris this. They knew. I want y'all to peep game. One thing I was impressed by Nell and by Chris, is how they answered those questions. When I tell you those answers to those questions that Carlos were asking were short and sweet. Girl, did you cheat? Yes. Why did you take him back? Because when you're in love, you do stupid shit. How long were y'all separated? 18 months. It was very much, girl, you asked the question. It wasn't none of that, oh, let me go into detail about, how did you find out? Somebody told me. It wasn't none of that long drawn out. And I feel like if you're going to be in a marriage and if somebody has stepped out and if you decide to take them back and now you're on this platform, girl, the best thing to do is to do what Chris and Nell did. So you really won't have to open up that can no more. And you just giving them straight up yes, no, 18 months. I loved them. I took them back. Right, okay. And then it's over. That's quiet as it's kept. That's really what Robin should have been doing down to the Potomac. Girl, when she found out about Chris, she should have had a sit down with Giselle and let Giselle ask her all the questions on camera, right? And so then it wouldn't have been no big thing. Anyways, they was talking about the cheating, and she basically says that she did say that Chris, that she saw things in Martel that she saw in Chris, cocky, arrogant, the suits, right? Um, Girl, did y'all hear when Nell? I'm glad somebody finally said it because I don't think nobody said it. When Nell said, "If Melody did cheat, let her get her pass. You cheated for 5 years." Let me say something. I don't want to go into the whole Melody and Martel cheating stuff for too long because, girl, y'all are divorced. It is over. It is a wrap. Melody ain't never ever getting back with Martel. Okay? But I'm going to say this. Martel has some nerve to sit his ass on a stage and even just the thought that him feeling that he can call someone out for possibly stepping out of a marriage, right? When we know you stepped out of your marriage, had a girlfriend and a baby. Just off of that, you need to shut the fuck up, sir. You had a girlfriend, girl, got her pregnant multiple times. Let me add that part. Then she finally decided to have one of the babies. And this all happened while you were married and had 3 or 4 children at the house. And you have the nerve to sit your black ass on stage and want to have a back and forth about who cheated. Martel is too much of a I am man, hear me roar for me to believe that one, Melody cheated first. That did not happen. Y'all know, based off of how Martel presents himself as what a man is supposed to do, what a woman is supposed to do, ain't no nigga like Martel taking no woman back if she cheated on him first, or quiet as it's kept if she cheated at all. Now, this is what I do think happened. I do think that at that point when Martel and Melody were separated, I do think that Melody did sleep with somebody. I think she said that. I can't remember. It's been a lot of episodes. But I do believe that happened. And I think that's what Martel is talking about. Let me say something. And I don't give a damn what nobody got to say. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Like she said, I'm with her on this one. If we have an agreement to be monogamous and you break the agreement, Martel, and you go out there and you cheat, y'all cannot then turn around if I go out there and do the same thing and then try and make it seem as though I cheated on you. No, I did not. You broke the agreement. We agreed that we were going to only sleep with each other. You broke the agreement. But now you want to make it seem as though I'm just like you. No, I'm not. If you have a contract with your mortgage, your uh, uh, apartments, girl, lender for your loan, cell phone, car note. If the agreement is you pay your bill right by this point and you don't pay your bill and then you get a late fee or your shit gets snatched up, you can't then come and say, oh my God, you know why it got snatched up, because that was the agreement. The agreement was for Melody and Martel to be in a monogamous, committed relationship. Martel broke that agreement. And even if Melody did go out there and fuck and suck every nigga in Huntsville, Alabama, girl, the agreement was broken when you decided to go step outside of the marriage and go get a girlfriend and get her pregnant. Y'all be wanting to put someone who stepped out second as on the same level as the person who stepped out first. And I don't think that's right, and I don't think that's fair. Anyways, Chris says that he looks at Martel and Nell as siblings. So like when they argue, it's really not like a big deal to him. Martel was almost right, but with the recent events that have come to light, that's why you got to side eye Martel. Martel was right when he said, and this I'm sorry, when Martel said that basically a woman raises her voice, y'all don't say nothing. A man basically matches the energy. Now all of a sudden it's a man. It's a man. You talking to a woman. I don't move. I don't think that that's fair. If you want to be able to yell, then whoever you're yelling at should be able to give the same thing that you're giving out. I'm sorry. You cannot be a woman and then want to holler and scream. And then when the man, if it's a man, matches whatever you're giving, y'all want to pull the, oh, that's a woman card. Well, girl, you knew you was a woman before you raised your motherfucking voice. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But because we know Martel out here getting arrested for DV or whatever it was called, I can see why the girls be a little skeptical when it comes to Martel Holt. Martel, you almost had it. But girl, that mugshot says otherwise. Okay. Kiki. Did Kiki choose the show over Tisha? Absolutely she did. I done told y'all. I'm sorry. Kiki is a gorgeous girl, but I think Kiki is full of shit. Kiki basically let us know, and they pretty much confirmed it, that Tisha was going to get Kiki on the show. Tisha felt like because Kiki had so much going on with, like, I guess she didn't really go into details, but Kiki had so much going on that she felt like this may not be the best space for Kiki to be a part of, right? So I guess Tisha was like, girl, this ain't probably gonna work because, girl, this is a doggy dog world, honey. The girls will eat you up. They eating us up. You know what I'm saying? But Kiki wanted to be on the show. So Kiki then used something that was already discussed and dealt with, the whole, Marceau and Tisha going around town, Kiki and laughing about her addiction. Tisha and Kiki had already talked about that. I think they said 5 years prior. Kiki brought it up again on the show, and that was her way to get on the show. And then she went to Melody's house after Melody and Tisha fell out. So yes, Kiki did put the show before family. She says the major things that I guess Tisha was referring to that she didn't want to bring a light to on the show was Kiki previous prescription drug addiction, and also I guess infidelities in her marriage. I think Martel was saying that it was something else or that wasn't it. So I don't know. But all I know is this: whatever Kiki say, Marceau and Tisha saying the opposite. Whatever Tisha and Marceau say, Kiki saying the opposite. So either both of them telling lies or either somebody telling a lie. And then I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth, bitch. When Kiki was girl, I get they were in between breaks, bitch. When Kiki cursed out Marceau, when Kiki cussed out Marceau, when I tell you I was in my living room hollering, I have more respect for Stormi if she just admit that her calling Marceau a bitch was intended to be disrespectful. Because when Kiki was calling Marceau bitches, Kiki was saying it because she was wanting to be disrespectful. That's what I'm saying. Just stand in your shit. Girl. So when Kiki said, you one line bitch. Bitch! When Kiki said you one line bitch with all that street walking, you know that shit didn't happen. Bitch, don't look at me. I said, girl, Kiki is cursing this man out. Girl, why you cursing that man out? When I tell you, bitch, I was Kikiing, girl. Girl, I was giggling so hard in my living room. And then, girl, at one point, when she said, you one line ass bitch, and then, I ain't gonna lie, when Maurice said, who? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! When I tell you that last like 5 minutes were hilarious to me, girl. I said, girl, this is a mess, girl. Oh, this is a mess. Anyways, the reunion was cute. I was satisfied. It was actually all three parts were good. I was here for it. Shout out to the cast. Did I miss anything? Yeah, that was pretty much it, girl. That's pretty much it, girl. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.